All right, so it doesn't matter how cool your camera is if you forget the SD card in the computer. So no car talk, but let's just get straight into it. I'm doing all curls first, then all triceps. So let's just start with some basic ass 50s. All right. Okay. Okay. Two more of those. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's do a preacher now. I think that'd be good. So really, I might not have even minded just sitting there spamming dumbbell curls, but not today. Sometimes I don't mind that, but not today. So moving on to preachers. These are gonna be a bit lighter. Really, they're just gonna be a bit lighter. So I'm really gonna squeeze at the top. And with this cable setup, there's not really a break. With a regular, like, let's say an easy bar or a dumbbell, when you get to the top, depending on your preacher bench's angle, you can kind of hold it there for a little while. Like that's a little bit of a rest position, like, okay, and then you go down for the next rep. But with this cable, since the cable is further out in front of me, part of the force is pulling my hand away. So even at the top, I'm still fighting to keep the weight up. So it's just kind of a constant state of tension rather than, you know, a fluctuating one like some machines, right? They call that the strength curve. If you've ever been in a leg extension that's light at the bottom, heavy on top, or heavy at the bottom, light on top, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of rows, chest presses, any machine where the plates like pivot, usually the strength curve is going to be very specific. So if you can get in your head, okay, I like the feeling of a constant force movement, then maybe do an incline Smith or an incline dumbbell. But if you want the feeling of like a converging, like gets heavier towards the top, then you would do maybe a plate loaded press, right? So something to think about if you haven't before. It's not like a game changer, but it's just one little trick in your freaking trick bag. Let me pick a different song. I'm listening to This is Tongue by Bella K. I just saw it on an Instagram edit. I think I just listened to it like probably 10 times. 10 is enough. Let's move on. Come on. All right. Ooh. Okay, shit. Oh. Okay. Okay. I don't mean to throw that hard, but that was good. Let's move on to one more. I think a 6-set bicep lift today will do me well. What that 6th set will be, we shall see. I haven't done this for a while, but I really like it. So I'm kind of combining 2 fancy sets. I was about to say session. Phase 1 is half reps, but more like, well, what I mean is go halfway up, pause, completely kill the momentum, and then finish the rest of the curl. Same thing on the other side, halfway up, pause, and don't just like slow it down. I mean a legit pause, like stop it. The whole point being you can really, well, you're gonna have to rely on your bicep extra hard for another contraction. So it's just like a different feeling. And then I'll finish by dropping to the 25s from the 35s and doing, essentially picking up the dumbbells. And with a regular curl, right, you're standing pretty proud, arms at the side of your lats. With these, lean forward just a little bit, hang your arms over your lats so they're in front of you like this, and I'm curling across my body. Rather than in front, I'm aiming here. And by doing this, I end up feeling a lot of like outer peak, a little bit of brachialis, or whatever this one's called, this like little notch muscle in between your tricep and your bicep. I don't think it's, you can never work that only directly, but by throwing in some stuff like this, or at least, I mean, I really like even just a regular standing cable curl, slightly wider grip, that gives me a lot of this feeling as well, but just a good change up. But this double finisher, yeah, biceps are gonna be cooked. All right. Ooh. Okay. All right. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Holy crap. All right, so I've got a very, not particular, I guess, but I have learned for me that when I do the rope heavy, you know, whatever, heavy set, but if I'm going lighter, what I've been noticing is if instead of pushing my hands out with my hands like this, I'm kind of like relaxing my wrists and pushing down in this way. And I don't know, something about it, I'm feeling my long head like crazy, like way more than ever before. So I'm even going lighter than I was about to. I was about to do 150, I'm doing 130. Because when I do it like this, so I'm still getting that outward pressure at the bottom, but it's almost like I'm trying to pull the weight down with my palm instead of push it out like that, if you sort of follow. But, you know, just play around with your form and see if it feels right. It's kind of all you can do. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Chai. Ha. Chai. Okay. Two more. Oh. All right, let's bring it here. All right. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. Ooh. Okay. I think let's rip a finisher. I guess we're already looking at it, but let's see how we're looking pumped. All right, this isn't the pose down. This is just getting a cool freaking little flex shot. But let's see how we're looking before we see how we're looking. I gotta back up a little bit. Yeah, right here. So, quick tip for any anamorphic solo shooters. Get a separate little tripod or anything, really a tripod's probably best. Put it where you're gonna stand or where you're gonna be, and then focus on the thing and then just move it out of the way. And then you can always get yourself in focus. So that's not a lot of you, but it might be a few. Who knows? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, that's the only shot I want in that lighting. So let's find a good spot. There we go. All right. Yeah, so even just standing, I mean, I'm feeling top heavy in a good way. So like just bending over, that is a solid amount of just like oomph on my arms to wobble around, which for me is just freaking sweet. But let's hit a few tanked and a few tankless. Oh my goodness. So it's been kind of gloomy out this past week. Rain, humid, but it's also been a little colder. So it's not like an oven in here right now, which is nice because as much as a warm lift isn't bad, you kind of get like a little extra sweaty, you know, things are moving well. Honestly, I feel like pumped. You look a little bit a little bit freakier, but it's a little harder to lift when it's fucking cooking. But it does make you sweatier and it makes you feel cooler. So I think the trade-off is worth it. But let me turn that down just in, yeah, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Now I can actually see the Christmas tree. I think that about sums it up for arms. But even just standing here like this, like not even really doing a lat spread or anything, just hitting like kind of a, like sort of a superhero just standing shot. This is what I want to see. Arms taking up a substantial amount of mass on top, waist coming in nicely from getting leaner. You know, your waist is always just as thick as it is, but you can make it scrawnier the leaner you get, right? Because obviously, visually from the front, more interesting, right? You got actual ab separation. You know, you're seeing all this like serratus, oblique level shit. But your waist will look thinner because it will be thinner. Because when you lose body fat on this side, that is sucking your waist in. Combine that with eating in a deficit so you don't have a full stomach of food all the time. And before you know it, I mean, maybe this is just a size thing, but this is such a natural stance for me now. I remember when I was younger, I used to, I don't know. Like I remember clearly the thought that like standing like this was like stupid. I remember thinking like, why would what does somebody do? But now I like it. I mean, I've been doing this forever. I don't know what inspired it. But just rocking one of these, I've been liking. So not even really hitting a flex at all, other than just like flex my abs here. Like, you know, I'm just feeling freakish. And that's what I want, at least for this next month-ish. And to elaborate, there's multiple kinds of freakish. There is freakishly lean. There's freakishly big. There's freakishly strong. There's freakishly tough in the sense of like, this guy's training like a beast. You know, if you know somebody or you've never seen them slack, you've never seen them take like a set, that's a kind of freakish in its own right. And that's what I want, man. I want to be freakish. Not for the sake of like freaky, like scare people kind of deal, but the idea of like, I guess when I say freaky, I just mean out of the ordinary. And I mean out of the ordinary in a cool way. I'm talking extraordinary. So that's what I like. If there's 1 million people in a study and I'm in there, I want to be in that top 1% of something. Be it consistency, be it my diet, be it how hard I'm training. This is something I would really love. I think about this a lot. If there was somehow, like this would be an awesome video to get 2 people, so maybe bring somebody to the gym or whatever, and then have like neuroscientists come in with a bunch of readings and sensors and, you know, stick them all over your head so that they could get quantitative data of your level of exertion. Like somehow they could track it in your brain from all your scans and like read on a chart like, okay, Sam's about to hit a 5-plate squat. Holy shit, the exertion's off the charts. I think that'd be the coolest shit ever. And then imagine if that was like a commercial product and you could like put it on one of your buddies and this is his exertion in a set. Like just a little fucking blip. Oh my goodness. Well, who knows? Let's hit a few more just for the freaking fun of it, which is the point. Oh man. I think that's all I got. So arms are freaking pumped. I'm going to jump on the cardio bike, edit this thing together. Well, actually, no, I'll edit this together later because I got to get the car talk on the way home. But that is all. Awesome lift. And what time is it right now? Yeah, not even 8:35. This is a good day. This is starting off fucking strong. So I'll see you in the car. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're getting back into the groove of things. I'm definitely gonna have a couple of extra early lifts, but my split has been like kind of like totally thrown off because I post it like usually the way that I do these videos is I record a workout with the car and back and forth, and then I post it the next day. But I'm actually ahead of schedule. So today is what day is it? Today's Tuesday. This probably won't be posted till like Thursday or something. But it made me like skip a day. I was supposed to do chest yesterday, but I'm actually fine with the fact that I didn't, because I can tell my chest was getting a little tender. That was like, not that I pulled anything, but there's an intermediary stage of, let's call it pre-injury, where it's not that you've actually hurt yourself, but you might be just building up some, let's just call it tendon insertion fatigue, right? Where if you've been doing a lot of maybe crazy heavy forearm work or something, maybe the pit of your elbow or your whatever might just start getting a little tender. It's not that it's hurt, like it's not as though it's like there's a tear or anything, but just a little inflamed, things like that. So after such a crazy chest day like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and the fact that I'm dieting, I'm okay with taking the day. But just in general, I think a rest day is actually due. I've been saying that for a couple days, and then I just hit it anyway, just because I like it. But no, I think it could actually be due. So tomorrow, I believe might be a rest day. I'm talking cardio only. Now, when I say rest day, that doesn't mean complete chill day. For me, a rest day is just cardio and that's all. And I guess I don't really get a lot of backlash on that statement, but I can imagine a sentiment of someone taking a rest day thinking, today is 100% zilch, no anything, chill day, which definitely has a place. But, I think you're missing out a little bit by not getting your heart beating a little bit more than normal. And I'm not talking like, your heart rate's up at 120 because you're in the final circle of war zone. I'm talking on the bike, cardio, right? Elevated heart rate, low intensity, steady state. And is that not like the easiest thing in the world? Excuse me. Low intensity, steady state cardio. It would be pretty hard for me to do 45 minutes of circuit-based training. Like if I had let's say I set something up where it was like, okay, 15 burpees, 2 laps around a basketball court, 15 burpees, do that like 10 times, and then suicides, and then like 3 minutes of jumping rope, and like lateral move, like, let's say I did a really functional athletic workout, like back, we did a lot of those back when I was doing gymnastics. We call it plyometrics. We'd basically just bounce back and forth across the spring floor, like jumping on top of stuff, like going side to side. For functionality, definitely solid. And I think eventually I'm going to work on my function. Right now, I'm functional. I'm functional for curling and bench pressing, but actual like athletic movements are my skills are low, or maybe not my skills, but my ability, like just my build isn't really helping me there. So I'm sure eventually I'll go on like an athletic kick, just get a speed bag. That'd be kind of cool, right? If I could really rip that would look sweet. That's for later. But I'm distracting myself. What am I even saying here? But if I were to do that, or if somebody were to tell you to do that, that's hard. Like that is a workout. Really running around like that. Like that's a full body exercise session. 30 minutes on the treadmill, 3 miles an hour. Don't even do the treadmill. Just walk. Just do get your steps in, if that's your logic. I am a little bit more inclined, actually a bit more inclined to like just the cardio sessions dedicated on their own. So, okay, I did my 30, I did my 45, I did my whatever I'm doing. That counts as good for me for my cardio. So if this is a day where I end up walking around, maybe we're on like a trip or something down in up in Petoskey. Shout out Petoskey if you live up there, or Monterey. I really love Monterey, very cool as well. If you're over there and you're walking around, maybe you're on a day trip. Let's say you make a little trip out to New York. I want to do a little New York trip, a little New York weekend. There's a Crunch Fitness and a powerhouse over there that are sweet. I was over there like a couple of, actually not months ago, like almost a year ago at this point. But I want to go back. It's kind of fun. I heard it's New York's a little stinky in the summertime though, so maybe I'll wait for the fall when it kind of cools down. But if you have a day where you get a lot of steps in, or maybe you're the step counting style guy, where it's like, all right, I'm getting my 10,000 steps, I'm getting my 15,000 steps. Well, that definitely counts too. Just because I don't like using my steps as cardio doesn't mean it's not an actual like solid approach. People lose weight only counting their steps and calorie restricting all the fucking time. Probably more than the amount of people that just go to the gym, because sometimes there's a little bit of a barrier to entry to actually, lifting and getting a membership and everything. So if that's your deal, then you're totally good. Keep going. But for me, the cardio just makes more sense. It's like something I can do, and then once it's done, it's done. So then you don't have to worry about it. You finish your cardio, especially if you do it in the morning. You just started your day off with a win, and odds are you're going to feel, for one, you'll feel better from doing your cardio at a baseline across the board, but also you're going to feel good about yourself in kind of like a I did it way, because you did it. You did do your cardio. You got after it. Hell freaking yeah. So just something to think about. That I did it feeling of getting a pump, it's not the same, but I still get that feeling to a certain degree just from cardio alone. And if you get your music blasting, maybe not blast, but you're listening to songs that really hype you up, I'll up the difficulty to, like 2 levels, do a couple minutes of like extra hard and then come back down to normal, just because I'm like getting in the cardio zone. So just, at the end of the day, you just end up playing on your phone for 30 minutes anyway. And I'm not going to reveal my screen time. I'm frankly embarrassed by it, and I would imagine that you are as well. You're on your phone 24/7. It's actually a problem. I'm trying to work on it, but to spend 30 of those minutes, to spend 45 of those on your phone minutes walking or pedaling, and you're doing something constructive that you know you should be doing, I mean, frankly, it's a win-win, because you're having fun on your phone and you're being productive, just in a cardio-based way. But no more cardio rant. I'm not trying to force it. Like, I don't want every car talk to be like a fucking cardio propaganda, but I mean, I just can't stress it enough. Let's put it like that. But yeah, plan for tomorrow. Thinking rest day, cardio only. So I don't know how exactly that'll end up going. Maybe I'll come in and rip the bike, or maybe I will maybe do the treadmill. Maybe go somewhere else. Maybe do the Stairmaster. Probably not the Stairmaster. The Stairmaster is fucking hard. I've done 15 minutes Stairmaster once in like a little circuit where I did 15 minutes on the bike, 15 minutes on the Stairmaster, 15 minutes on the treadmill as like a 45er with some variety. That 15 was hard. And then I did a 30-minute 60 steps per minute, so 1 step a second on like whichever Stairmill or Stepmaster the Planet Fitness has. Dude, Stairmaster is freaking hard. That's an extra intense cardio to be done. Well, if you're a daily Stairmaster, dude, you're a fucking baller. Let's put it like that. I think I'm gonna stick to the bike and just keep my heart rate up in the 130s. But I'll throw some Stairmaster in every so often. But either way, I'm going to get it done, get home, get some food in my system. I've got a pound minimum of chopped top round steak already cooked, just waiting to be grubbed on. So that's what I'm heading home to. But I'll see you tomorrow for a little something. Maybe we'll do a Q&A. Maybe a Q&A would be good. I guess by now the Q&A has already been recorded because we're on like a few day delay. But if you ever want to get a question answered in one of those, your best bet is to have like the ringer notification on, because YouTube lets you make like Instagram style posts. Like, you can just post a picture on your YouTube account, and that's where I get the questions from, because YouTube comments are the best questions. Instagram comments are all kind of just mean-spirited, just because that's the nature of Instagram. It's like short form. But YouTube comments, I find, are much more legit. Like, people actually mean what they're commenting. So if you have the ringer on, it should come up. I don't know if it does all the time, but it's like I'll instantly in the title of the post, it's like Q&A right now, and I end up answering like the ones that come in the first 30 minutes or so, or I scan through those first 30 minutes on a kind of a first come first serve type basis. So if you want to be in the next one, be quick. Early lifter gets his question answered, if we put it like that. But nothing else to say. I wish it was sunnier, but that's all right. And I'll see you tomorrow.